October 24th, which means we're 2 months away from the Christmas. And I see you all decked up in your red, Mr. Joseph. You're ready for the season?
Absolutely, because in Carriacou, when we're through with September and move into October and we go past Independence, the next big thing is Christmas. And Christmas being the biggest of them all, we take months to prepare for it.
You say we take months to prepare for it. And I've been listening to the radio and I heard a big thing is happening in October. Scrunter is coming to Carriacou.
Yes, because again, once we go past Thanksgiving and we begin the Christmas season, and the man Scrunter is as synonymous with Christmas as the first Noel, a silent night, as a joy to the world. So that's why we must have Scrunter for Christmas.
Of course, and that's big news.
Absolutely.
Scrunter is coming to Carriacou. I remember when Scrunter came last year, it was a big party in CHS. I think CHS was filled to capacity.
Well, actually, that was 3 years ago.
That was, wow, so it's fresh in my memory.
Because we had 2 years of pandemic, you remember?
Yes. Well, look at that.
Yes.
It was such a great show that it felt as though it was last year.
I tell you what, my son-in-law was here and he's from Guyana. So that was etched in his memory. And he kept talking about this Scrunter show. The first opportunity we get, we must do it again. And this is actually the first opportunity because, all last year and so on and so forth, pandemic was the thing and everybody was staying in their corner. So now that we sort of free to move around again, we must have Scrunter back. And for that, he's encouraged 7 of his friends, not one from Carriacou, to be part of the Scrunter experience in Carriacou this year.
Lovely, tell us more about that.
Yeah.
7 of them?
7 of them coming out.
Nice, lovely. So tell us more about that Scrunter show, that big show that is going to take place in CHS.
Well, I'm happy because Scrunter fell in love with Carriacou the first time he came around, because he told me, he admitted to me the first time around, when we attempted to book him for the first show in Carriacou, he was a little hazy about the idea. And then after he came, he confessed to me, he said, "Boy, that would have been a big thing for me to miss, because I'm in love with Carriacou. I just love the place, I love the people. So the first opportunity I get, I want to come back here for a show. And not only for a show, I just want to visit, come and relax. And he's somebody like he and wild meat. And that's an abundance in Carriacou. So wild meat and seafood, that's his territory. So he'll be happy to come back again. So that's why we're having him back. And we hope it's going to be a bumper show.
It's going to be a great experience for him and for the people here in Carriacou as well, because you just mentioned you love wild meat.
Yes.
And I know that you love to come and swim on our wonderful beaches.
And the other thing, Scrunter was a little bit leery about coming to Carriacou. He wanted to bring his tracks. I said, no, Scrunter. If you want to listen to tracks, there's enough on YouTube.
That's true.
Anytime you're going to be here in person, Carriacou has enough talent to be able to back you onto your satisfaction. So the last time he was convinced, so he's not worried about coming this time around. Because I think it bothers me when somebody comes for a live performance and they're singing to tracks. So what's the point? If I want to listen to a track, I'll put on my thumb drive or put on my laptop. But anytime somebody's coming to do a live show, there should be live music and live persons backing them too. So that is what I'm elated about.
So there is a backing band.
Absolutely.
A local band.
Local band.
We have talent.
Absolutely, it's only long ago, as a teenager, quite frankly, in early 20s, there were Calypsonians coming from Trinidad. I would back them, and successfully so. So much so I remember the guy Nap Hepburn. I became a very good friend of his because they came here to sing one year, and again they were a little jumpy, but when the show was finished, they were so satisfied that I became a lifelong friend. And I'm saying to our youngsters here, you sing the songs all the time, but you could learn to play them too. And when somebody come in here, you have to get musicians from the mainland, or they have to bring their own musicians. Are you crazy? No. We should have our own musicians here to be able to do the same thing. So learn to play an instrument and learn what it's all about. And then when they come here to not only entertain, but to be entertained.
Of course, of course.
Yes.
And as we often say, Carriacou is the land of culture.
Absolutely. Carriacou is not short on culture, it's not short on talent.
Exactly.
A little short on discipline, and that's what you have to work on, but not culture and talent. It's in abundance. So if you should just work on the discipline a bit, sky is the limit.
Exactly. It's going to be a big show. You didn't tell us the date as yet.
The date, of course, yeah, it's going to be coming the 29th of October. That is the last Saturday in October, and normally...
Mr. Joseph, we're not saying that again. We're saying he coming Saturday.
Sorry, coming Saturday. Yes, coming Saturday.
Where in the week?
And the other thing is, you know, that period is All Saints, and it's a custom that just about every Carriacouan is in love with. You know, sick or lazy, just about everybody, you know, in Carriacou is a sort of a sacrilege if you didn't light a candle for your departed loved ones, especially your parents. So I don't care if the guys are drunken, it's a big one, takes time off to remember those who made it possible for him. That's a wonderful custom. So you see Carriacouans come back in abundance, it speaks to that of the average Carriacouan.
And everyone will be coming back home to light candle for the loved one. And I remember what you said 3 years ago, but it still feels like last year. It's close over here. There are a lot of foreigners in that party as well. And I am sure that this year they'll be there as well.
Yeah, there are people making the trip for 2 reasons. It's an opportunity to light candles and to be part of the Scrunter show. I know a very good idea which you guys came about with, and I'm happy that they did. Confessed, Carriacou being as corn as it is, so to have a confessed around that same time, excellent idea.
We know a lot of people in the diaspora, when they come home, they do not only come for a vacation, but they want action, they want things to do, and this is just the perfect way for them to have a good time. They come to Carriacou, they enjoy the sea, they go around and enjoy different things on the island. You light candle, enjoy confess, and now you're creating another big activity, Scrunter.
Absolutely, because not only for you returning nationals, you know, but if you have people who are not from Carriacou visiting for the first time, and if they come and have a bumper time, you know, you will never get a second chance to make a first impression. And once they're impressed with what they see and have a good time, you have a candidate who will be returning to Carriacou.
Exactly. So the foreigners, they're coming back for it, and the locals, we already started our thing here. When I listen to the 2 radio stations on island, every morning we're hearing Christmas song beating, we're hearing the parang, and we just launched our parang festival, and that is what Scrunter is about.
Absolutely. And you know, there's a lot that Scrunter in his songs that you could relate to, because you know, we have a lot in common culturally, especially people who come from the south of Trinidad. You know, the South Pointe and those places are literally small islanders, meaning Vincentians, Grenadian, Carriacou, and St. Lucians. That's who occupy the south of Trinidad. So a lot of the culture that you find in these places, where most of these guys are from, we can relate to. If you listened to That I'm Walking Here Tonight, you know, I could just I hear Scrunter talk about the old man looking at you under a felt hat.
Yes.
Yeah, that is as Carriacou as you come, the felt hat.
Yes. Yes.
So it is good, something I could relate to and something I really enjoy.
Of course, because many times people, when an artist is here, a lot of people would say, oh, I don't even understand what he's saying. But I'm happy that you say that it's something that we, the locals, can relate to.
Relate to, precisely.
Of course. So we're encouraging everyone to come on over to CHS next week, Saturday, God's will, for a big night. Scrunter will be in the house, backed by local bands. And I also heard Adam, Bessie and the boys. Bessie and the boys, including you.
Yes, of course. Bessie and the boys and a man. But you know, it's a good thing sometimes. Well, somebody of my era, I always think it's important that there's be a mixture and a blend, so you could pass on something to the younger folks.
Of course.
And I sometimes take pride in doing so and enjoy doing it because I think it behooves us, and that's sometimes where we get lost in the talent, because nobody who is old enough to know it to pass it on to the youngsters. So as long as you can have this little young man, I have no problem interacting.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Mr. Joseph, that's a lot you spoke about with Scrunter, the backing band. I think that's a big night. How much is a ticket for it? $100? $120?
No. The tickets are $60 single, but if you
Only 60?
only 60, and if you if you're accompanied by your significant other, you can get 2 tickets for $100.
Very
so in essence,
reasonable.
you're paying $50.
Very, very reasonable.
Very reasonable. I think it's going to be a buck well spent.
Of course, yes.
So,
so we're going to have a lot of couples that night.
yes, and you know, I said to them, we even want to have some little local goodies, because you know you can be drinking and having a good time, and there is nothing, a little salt, something to put in the mouth, as they say.
Exactly.
So, but we will be having some seafood specials for them on that night too.
Nice.
So is it going to wine and dine?
Nice. And because we are speaking about Christmas, you must have ham.
Absolutely. A little salt piece to put in your mouth.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I look forward. So many people, that would be the first ham for the year.
Yes.
Lovely. We look forward to. So we're gonna have ham. We're gonna have cake, a black cake,
Yes.
a little black cake, a little sorrel, ginger beer.
Sorry, ginger beer. The black cake, you see, remember, you gotta soak it for a while. So you're soaking now.
Well, check out Monica and Cassandra in Petit Martinique. I know you can get black cake now. If
Okay.
Yeah. So
And actually, as you mentioned, Petit Martinique, I'm inviting my good friends in Petit Martinique. It's an opportunity to spend some time with us in the mainland.
Lovely. So we're gonna speak to Jason and ask Jason to make a trip
yes,
to Carriacou.
Absolutely.
Lovely. So this is the opportunity to invite everyone to come
Everyone,
on over to
yes.
CHS.
As we say, not just everyone, but Tutman. That is, as we say in Patwa, Tutman, everybody. And Msakit and Palino. So those who hear, make sure you tell the others. You're all invited. A good time is promised for you, so please come and take advantage of it. Ease a bit of the stress as we approach the end of the year.
Lovely. Come on over to CHS this
CHS.
Saturday. We're going to have a
October
great time.
Saturday, 29th, this coming Saturday. Yeah?
We're excited. We're ready. We're going to invite the Christmas season.
Yes. Miss it and blame yourself.
Of course, yes.
Yes, yeah.
I'm excited and I am ready for a great night.
It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time for all.